How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to Hardcore RLCraft. So in the last episode, I finished up getting the creature parts that I was after so that we can get started on the Lycanites equipment forge, which should be a lot of fun. And we're going to get started on that today and hopefully make some really cool weapons and tools that, that we can use. That's going to be awesome. So basically we have all of our creature parts in this chest right now, and some of these I didn't quite get the max level. I got level 2 Vespid Stingers, also got a level 1 Zephyr Blade, for example, so I'm gonna have to wait until we get more thunderstorms and Zephyrs flying around so I can try and get a level 3 one of these. And Vespids are kind of hard to find, so I'll see how I go with getting a level 3 one of those eventually, but everything else is level 3, which is really good. And I was thinking of maybe making like 3 different items today, and I thought we would start off with probably a sword, a pretty good sword. I thought we would begin with. So for the sword parts, what I was thinking of was having like the max summoning type sword. So some of these creature parts also have the ability, apart from their effect, like for instance this one, this Spectre Trindle does a decay effect against the target, but they also can have an ability to summon a creature, in this case the Spectre obviously. So I've got actually 3 of these parts that we can make a sword up with, and unfortunately the level 1 Zephyr Blade doesn't summon a Zephyr, but the level 3 one does if I ever get that. So I thought I would use the Cinder Blade for the time being, which is level 3, and that summons a Cinder. And the Darkling Skull summons a Darkling. So these also have other effects, like this one has a leech effect, which is basically going to restore health. And this one sets the target on fire, which is pretty cool. So we're going to try this out and see what it's like. Now I'm just going to have to rejig this this setup right here, so just to fit in the equipment forge when we make it. So I might just take this out, and I might take out here as well, and I'm probably still going to need to use a pick even if I make one with the equipment forge. So I actually whacked a Silk Touch onto this diamond pickaxe. I'll probably make this my main Silk Touch pickaxe for things like you know, when I make myself an ender chest and whatnot, which I'll probably do today if I remember. But anyway, basically to get started with the equipment forge, what we're going to need is some wood, and we're also going to need a crafting table, and we're going to need a block of diamond, and we're going to need a block of iron. So it's very, very simple to make. Basically what you do is, let's put this, where will I put this? I'll put this down here. And basically what you do is you make yourself, we need some sticks here as well. You make yourself a wooden axe. It's kind of crude to begin with. I think it's because the progression is meant to be that you can use it right from the start of the world. So you could make yourself, for instance, some basic parts to make, I think, a wooden paxel, if you really want to try that out when you spawn in. But anyway, to make the basic equipment forge, all you need is, I've actually made a hoe because I'm an idiot. Oh dear. Oh well, I guess I'll chuck that in there. And yeah, basically you want to make an actual axe like that. Right, so you get your wooden axe, you get your crafting table, and then that gives you the lesser equipment forge. What the lesser equipment forge lets you do is craft the items or the equipment with level 1 creature parts, but we want to use the max level 3. So what you do to turn this into a level 2 one is you basically put a block of iron in there for the greater equipment forge, and then you put a block of diamond in there to get the master one, which lets you do the level 3 crafting like so. Okay, so now we have this. I'm going to actually put my anvil over here. Actually, let's just pick that up and replace this because it looks kind of funny if it is stone slab. So I'm going to actually replace that with one of these. And we're going to put the anvil there. And then we are going to put a whole bunch of our other anvils on top of this. And yeah, basically when we wear out this anvil, it'll disappear and the next one will drop down. And kind of like reloading a gun sort of thing. Alright, anyway, basically to use this thing, what we want to do... I wonder if I should put a torch like there. I think that might be good. Anyway, to use this thing, what we do is you start off with all the slots locked except for the base slot there. And so you've got to find a creature part that is actually going to be a slot type base, like the Spectre Trendle. And then once you put that in there, depending on the part, it can unlock a pommel here, as well as the head part. Or in this case, it just has a head slot that it unlocks. So what we do is we put the head creature part in there. In this case, the Darkling skull. And then that unlocks, in this case, it unlocks a blade slot for us. So then we put the blade item in here. And that basically completes the weapon. So we have here 1.8 attack speed and 9 attack damage. So that's, if we look at our Eldritch Blade here, this one gives us, where is it? The 1.6 attack speed and 10 attack damage. So this is actually a little bit faster and slightly less damage on the tooltip. But when you think about the effects that this adds, like it adds a decay, it gives you leech, and it also sets the target on fire. This could possibly have a much higher attack damage than it shows on the tooltip. Mind you, this has a lot of enchants on it, like sharpness 5, lifesteal. Yeah, the sharpness 5 is probably going to make this maybe a little bit higher damage. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess we could test it out actually anyway now, which is what we're going to do. So if we check this thing out, it looks pretty awesome. It's got an animated effect going on, and it's actually pretty huge looking. I think it looks pretty awesome, particularly that Darkling head. It's pretty nice. So we're going to try this out on some mobs and see how it performs. And it also does this, like, you can basically spam a fire area of effect. There's no cooldown on that, apparently. Getting shot at by a stupid skeleton over there. Anyway, we need to find some test subjects for this sword. So let's go look around. It's daytime now, but it's probably not too much in the way of super hostile mobs. But we got Kobold over here. Come here, you. Stop running away. I'm trying to kill you. There you go. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, sets them on fire. Just one shot that one with the critical hit probably. Oh, interesting. So most of the effects show up on the creature parts, you know, as you're installing them, right? Or if you hover your mouse over the individual creature parts, it will show you the effect that they have, like the leeching on the Darkling skull, for example. But I've noticed with this, it actually has a pull effect that is not on the tooltip. It pulls the enemies towards me, and it does good damage, but I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like that pull effect. So that is actually something that the Spectres do. So I'm wondering if it's something that's added as a hidden effect to the Spectre base that's on this thing. So maybe we'll try a different base. I've got a few different bases we can use actually, which will still be pretty good. But I'm not sure that we'll be able to actually have the creature summon off any of them. Mind you, it's only a 5% chance, and we didn't actually summon any creatures. I didn't notice any. Anyhow, with the amount of things that we killed. So let's mix this up a little bit, because I don't really like that pull ability. That's not going to be good if I'm killing stuff down in a roguelike dungeon behind a gate or something like that. So we've actually got some level 3 Sylph Wings here. These are a base that applies Smited to the target, which might be pretty cool for killing undead, for example, and stuff like that. So the only other bases we have are a Spriggan Root, which does poison. That might be okay. It's sort of okay. And actually, this has a chance to summon a Spriggan. That might be very interesting, actually. Let's maybe try that one out. And put this one back for now. If we can. They don't stack after you unstack them, unfortunately. Kind of sucks. But anyway, so if we put this back in, the beauty of these is you can swap out the parts whenever you want. So say I wanted to put a Zephyr Blade on this instead, I could just take that off and put a Zephyr Blade in there. In this case, we want to swap out the Spectre Tendril. And because that's the base part, I have to take the other parts off first, like this. Then we're going to put the Spriggan Root on there. And we're going to put the other parts back on like this. And this might actually be pretty good, because it's now it's got a poison as well as setting stuff on fire. And it's gonna have the other abilities as well. So it's gonna have the leech, it's gonna have the fire, it's gonna have the poison, and it's gonna summon Spriggans, Darklings, and Cinders. Every now and then, there's a 5% chance. So it still looks pretty good. Not quite as cool as with the Spectre Tendril hanging out the back, but still pretty cool. So we'll go try this out. Now it's dark. We might actually get a few more mobs. Let's just go back out this way. Yeah, I'm liking it already. Let's turn on the night vision. I really need to make a bridge or something across there, but because the rest of it's so detailed, I'm a little bit intimidated in terms of like making a really fancy looking bridge that matches the other sort of walkways and stuff in the seaport there, but maybe I'll get around to it. I don't really need one, but I find myself swimming across there quite a lot when I'm testing stuff out. Okay, here we got some skeletons. What I also want to test is I want to test the, let's just eat and drink here real quick. I want to test the leech ability. Just kill you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my, oh crap. Okay, well that's actually done the job, I think. I need to take off my regen ring though. Let's just see. Yeah, let's just get ourselves damaged again. Maybe one of these guys will help us out here. That's just going to be fire damage though. Or maybe it will. Is that doing any damage to me right now? Not really. Let's take this off for a little bit. Let's not go too crazy though, because I don't want to die. Let's put it back on. So if we take a look now, I've got a few hearts missing over here. So that'll do as a good test. So now we don't have any regen going. We just got to kill stuff. And he's pretty squishy though. Let's just kill you. Well, I need something with a bit more health, because apparently how this leech works on these Lycanite pieces of equipment, I'm not sure what the right word is. The first hit applies the leech effect, and then it's only the second hit that starts leeching the health off. So you'll see when we one-shot killed the first zombie, it didn't do anything, but then when we hit the second zombie and then hit it a second time, it actually leached some health back to me. So that's actually how that leech works. It can seem, if you're one-shotting everything, it can seem like it's not working at all, but it does actually work, provided you can hit the same mob more than once. Like if they've got armor on or whatever, like this should give me a little bit more health back here. That's and then we've just got one heart left to get back. Let's see if there's something a little bit more beefy that we can life steal off. Something like maybe a maca. I think we'll probably one-shot this though. The horses actually have a fair bit of health as well. Let's try this. Boom, yeah, one shot. I don't really want to kill the horses though. They're too cute. Definitely one shot in the sheep though. Are there any spawners? Oh, here we go. Alright, this is perfect. Here you. Bam. Okay, so that was a 2-shot. Oh, hello. The old friend the cockatrice is back again. These guys actually have a fair bit of health. Got a couple of these guys. I think they're actually doing more damage to me here. Oh, that nausea effect. Come here, you. Doesn't like being set on fire, but you can see basically that it is definitely giving us health back when we're hitting stuff multiple times. So that's pretty awesome. This armored guy is gonna help demonstrate that, hopefully. And there, we should be back at full health now. Yep. So anyway, that's how the lifesteal works on this. I think this is going to be a pretty awesome weapon. So we're definitely going to hang on to this. Let's go make something else. Now, which way do we come from? Across this way. You can name the equipment that you make in the equipment forge as well. But the trouble is when you swap a part out, it actually deletes the name and you have to put another name on it. So it's kind of pointless if you're going to be switching parts out. Alright, so that's our sword. It's pretty sweet. And we're not going to be using the Spectre Chandrel at the moment. But the next thing that we're going to make is going to be an axe, I think. So this is why I wanted the Remobra wing. And we got a level 3, a couple of level 3 ones actually. I think we got more than one, did we? Or did we just get the one? Yeah, we got more than one, which is pretty nice. So for this, we're going to use the Ventoraptor skull as the head. We're going to use the Ent arm as the base. And we could put on here something like, let's have a look here. I'm thinking probably one of these Vespid stingers. Not 100% sure on this, but so that applies hunger and slowness. Yeah, let's go with the Vespid stinger. It's not locked in anyway, so we can change stuff around. So what the Ent arm does is that also does a leech exactly like the Darkling skull, except it's the base part. And then we can put the Ventoraptor skull on. What this does is it's actually the only head part that adds an axe, which is weird, but it actually adds 2 axe slots, so you can make a great axe. And if we put the Remobra wing on one of these, and we're going to put the Vespid stinger on the pommel there, and that gives us poison. This also gives us poison actually, so maybe it would be better to put the Sutaramu stinger on that or something like that, but we'll figure that out later. And we also have another slot for another axe type part, so we could put like, you know, a Clink Scythe, or what else have we got here? These Geonarch spears, I realized they're actually pike parts, so I can't use those. They were what I was going to use with my pickaxe, but they're not actually going to fit. So I've got a couple of Clink Scythes here. For this one, I think we might use just the level 2 Clink Scythe, because I've only got one level 3 one right now. And if we put that on there, let's take a look at this thing. Yeah. It's pretty huge and weird looking, isn't it? Look at that. It's got the stinger on the back. It looks pretty awesome though, I think. So theoretically, let's just have a quick look at what this one can do. So it's got a weakness, it applies to the target. It's got a poison, it applies to the target. It's got aphasia, applies to the target. A leech for the self-heal. And another poison there as well. So that poison is 1 duration strength 2. This one is 2 duration strength 1. Interesting. I wonder what the level 3 is like on that. But apart from that, it also, this one doesn't summon anything, I don't think. But, oh no, it does actually. This axe here summons Remobra, 5% chance. But also, not just does it summon a Remobra every now and then, but it also has a Venom Shot projectile, which is pretty cool. And this one is supposed to harvest as an axe. And this harvests as a hoe, shears, and a shovel. So we'll try this one out next. So, ooh, whoops. That's the Venom Shot right there. I just walked through it. So it's not so much as a projectile that you shoot at stuff, although you can. But it's more like an area of effect that it puts on the ground. Like, you basically shoot out this puddle, right? Like this. Doesn't have much range, really. And then if you walk into that, I think it has a cooldown because even though you can spam it, it only applies the poison on the ground occasionally. So, yeah, I'm not actually seeing the particle effects there. So it probably does have, yeah, there it is right there. So it actually does a ton of damage, or it seems to anyway. And it does self-harm as well, so you have to be careful how you use this. But potentially, like, if you're doing a roguelike dungeon or something where there's a ton of enemies stuck behind, like, a fence or something, you can just drop some of this down and just, like, decimate them all at once. Plus, as a great axe, these are supposed to have a sweep effect and not just be single target, so that would be pretty good for that reason as a weapon as well. But as far as axes go, let's try it out. So if we chop this, you can see, like, it's not really working. I mean, even if this does chop the tree down at some point, it's so slow you wouldn't want to use this as an axe. But we'll persist with it and see what happens when we chop this block out, right? So we're nearly there. But all of these pieces of equipment are supposed to function at diamond speed, not necessarily diamond level. So the pickaxes aren't necessarily going to harvest obsidian, but they will be as fast as a diamond pickaxe. That's what the website says anyway for Lycanites. So we should be nearly there on this. There we go. So we actually chopped down the tree. Just ignore that big trench I just dug. And you can see, like, there's no wood. It only dropped like an acorn, I think. So as far as I can tell, I don't think that Shivaxi set up the configs properly for the tree chopper mod to detect this equipment as an axe. I don't even know what item description you would put in. I've had a look at the configs and I can't work it out myself, so, you know, good luck with that. But I know for sure that this works as an axe perfectly well outside of this mod pack, but with the tree chopper mod, it's not configured correctly, I don't think. So yeah, that's the thing, right? Just be aware of that. It's a bit disappointing, but what are you going to do? However, the clink side, we can see if we chop the dirt, it does this huge trench, right? And this is the level 2 version. The level 3 version does an extra row of depth, like 2 deep. The same width, I think. Be able to test that out pretty soon. So as a shovel, this is actually pretty good. And if you crouch, you can still do little delicate single blocks with the shovel. It's supposed to do, like, a shears and hoe as well. But actually what that actually means is it doesn't function as a hoe or shears. It just chops the stuff at that sort of speed. So as you can see, we're just like decimating the leaves here, but we're not actually getting any leaves you would get with shears. And when it comes to the sheep, like this guy over here, we can't actually shear his wool off, but it kind of chops him super fast. So it's a little bit inaccurate in thinking that it can harvest as a shears or as a hoe. But it's early days yet with the equipment forge. They're actually going to eventually bring in, Lycanite is going to bring in armor and shields apparently, which is going to be so good. Just adds a new dimension to killing the mobs in this. So anyway, we're probably going to change this up or just use it as a broad, as a war axe as a weapon. It's not really going to replace an axe, unfortunately, which is what I wanted it to do in my inventory. So we might use this in a situational situation. Situation. Yeah. Anyway, we'll probably use this for things like roguelike dungeons and stuff and try it out in that, see how we go. But we're not going to be using this to chop trees down because it just doesn't do it. Just doesn't get the job done, unfortunately. So that's the one disappointment so far. And if we put this back in here, so we can still use this like this, but if I was going to use it, I would probably switch out this stinger here just because I don't want to double up on the effects. Like this has the poison, this has the this has poison as well. But I guess we could put the Sitaramu. Where is it? I've only got one of these, but these should theoretically be easy to... What are you doing out? As you can see, Bindy's grown to adult size, but I did have leashed up to this post here so she didn't run off and get herself hurt or lost or something, but apparently she's free and roaming around now. So I guess the leash isn't working too well, but we'll figure something out with that later. Let's just put this in here for now. So yeah, as I was saying, we can put maybe this on here would be more practical because then it gives a slowness hunger effect. That might be pretty good to combine with the axe, and then have that as your ultimate battle axe type setup. It does look pretty awesome though, I gotta say. But anyway, for now, I'm probably just going to leave the stinger on there because we're going to be making the pickaxe, which is probably the item that I'm most excited about right now. But I'm going to put this away in the weapons locker here. They kind of look weird because they stick outside their box in your inventory, but I think he's working on fixing that. It looks really strange though. Anyway, so what we're going to be making here, we are going to be making a level 3 Vapular Crystal pickaxe. We're also going to be using another end arm for the leech effect. We're going to be using another Venturaptor skull because it's the only one that gives us the axe attachments, and this class is classified as an axe even though it's going to be a pickaxe, if that makes sense. We're going to use another clink side. This one's level 3 though. And then we're going to use basically the Sitaramu stinger on the end of that. So that is going to be our setup. And let's put it together. So we've got the end arm goes in as the base. We've got the pommel there of the Sitaramu stinger. And then we've got our head, which is the Venturaptor skull. The Vapular Crystal we'll put on last. We'll put the clink scythe on first, and then we'll put the Vapular Crystal on. So that gives us this bad ass looking thing. Look at that. Look at that thing. It's so crazy looking. But yeah, that is going to be our pickaxe right there. And let's take a look at what this thing can do. So on the tooltip, it does 3.4 attack speed, which is surprisingly fast. If we compare that to the vanilla sword here, and this has plus 10% attack speed, but it is a 1.6 attack speed and 10 attack damage. This is 3.4, more than twice as fast, and 8 attack damage. But apart from the attack damage, it also does hunger and slowness for 3 seconds, strength of 3. It has the leech effect as well that we've talked about already. The clink scythe gives an aphasia effect to the target, so that means they can't use equipment and go all sort of weird. The Vapular Crystal also does the aphasia thing, so these two are doing the same effect, unfortunately. This one does a duration of 4 seconds, a strength of 1. This one does 5 seconds, so this one actually lasts longer. Unfortunately, there's not that many different axes I can use for the heads, but the reason I'm using this one is because it also acts as a shovel, shears, and hoe. As we've said, the shears and hoe side of it is more about the speed that it will harvest things like the soil or the crops and stuff like cobwebs and tree leaves. Yeah, so all those combine and give us this badass looking thing. It doesn't actually summon any creatures, unfortunately, but so far in using these items that supposed to summon things, it's very rare anyway. But this is basically it. So I'm going to show you what this thing can do. Ooh, got a storm a brewing. Hopefully it's going to be a thunderstorm and we can get some more of those zephyrs spawning in. Try and get ourselves level 3 zephyr blade. Then we can switch that out on the sword. Let's put the regen ring back on before I accidentally kill myself. And we are going to purify the water. Okay, I put advanced tooltips on. That's why I'm getting a little bit confused at what I'm looking at. Alright, so let's test this out. So we'll go somewhere where it's going to be a little bit discreet, so we're not like ravaging our environment like we did over here a little bit. To test this out, first of all, I'll show you guys a comparison with the dirt mining. So if we do this, not mining, but the shovel. So that one is like, how many blocks is that? 3 wide. It's kind of hard to tell, but if I do this, you can see it's 2 high and it's 3 wide, right? And it does this big long. It's kind of like an ore miner in that it only breaks the particular type of material that you hit it with, that you're hitting with it. If we do this, yeah. But anyway, it is basically going to be doing a slightly larger area than the level 2 one, which is pretty big, and we can pick up all this dirt, just have a ton of dirt. Pretty nice. And we can still do the delicate single block digging if we need to by crouching like this. Which is pretty awesome. So that's the shovel part of it, the clink scythe part. But if we go down here, and now I'll show you the best part of this one. So if we actually if we were to actually just mine, say, this coal here. So it will actually vein mine all of the coal at once like that, right? Which is pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. But if we choose a section like, say, stone, like this one over here, and just like smash on this. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad at all. So it looks like it also breaks. Interesting. It breaks it as cobblestone, which a normal pick does not do in this mod pack. Interesting. And it looks like it also breaks the granite and the andesite as if it were smooth stone, which is pretty cool. But you can see the size of this. That's just one hit. It's insane. It's absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness. And basically any of the ores in that huge cube are gonna get mined at the same time, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, this is gonna be my main pickaxe. I am still gonna need to carry a second pickaxe though, with silk touch on it, because I'm gonna make myself. Let's get out of here. Teleport. No, too far away. Okay, we're going to have to wait for my spirit to get back up. But yeah, I'm going to be making some ender chests today. I've been meaning to do it for a while. And that way we can carry one of them on me. And we can basically use the silk touch pickaxe to break that. I've got a lot of slots now in my tool belt anyway, so it's not such a big deal. We're not going to need the shovel anymore, so I can actually get rid of that. Bye-bye, shovel. You served me well. And the axe, we're still going to need that. We're still going to need the hoe as well, unfortunately. So, yeah, but we can put this into our tool belt if we need to. I don't know if it's going to hang out. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it hanging out of our belt, but I don't know how it chooses which ones hang out of your belt. But yeah, pretty cool. What do we got in our belt right now? We've got the hoe showing. So take that out. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh no, that's insert. Yeah, there we go. It does show. Interesting. So crazy looking. I love it so much. Anyway, let's get out of this ravine. So I got a bit of rain falling, but so far no thunder. Okay, so that is the Lycanites equipment forge, and it is pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to updates where they add in stuff like the armor and the shields and stuff like that. It's going to be so good. It's almost going to be like at the level of not quite as complex, but almost same sort of thing as Tinker's Construct. But anyway, the other thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to actually make myself a few ender chests. We definitely have a large chunk of obsidian to do that with right now. So I'm just going to put all of this in here. Try and keep things organized. If I can remember where everything goes. All sand goes in here. That's andesite. Andesite. Wood. Sticks. Getting a lot of iron ore. I'll have to get around to smelting it at some point. Anyway, let's get a few of these going. And we're going to probably put one of these here. And I'll just put like one of them up in here and the other one I'll carry on me, I think. Yeah. Better drink before I die of thirst. So probably some of the stuff I'm going to be putting in this is maybe a stack of torches, some water, like that. Food's probably a good idea. I'll put a stack of cooked chupacabra in there. Probably some meds. Let's see, I'll put an enchanted med kit in there and a bunch of those. with the regen ring, it's not really as useful to use meds, but... And I put a couple of these special golden apples in here. What else? Stuff like chests and saddles I should probably put in there for when I tame stuff. Which reminds me... I don't think I have any spare chests right now. I can craft a bunch up though. But I'll do that later. The other thing that I want to make is I want to make some extra treats. So we've got demon treats. Quite a lot of demon treats. Avian treats. Beast treats. Aberration treats. Dragon treats. Aquatic treats. And we'll grab the soul gazer. The waste stone. Where's my good backpack? What do I do with it? It's really weird. Must have put it down somewhere unless I put it in here. Or it might be in here. Not seeing it. I probably just put it in the wrong chest and confused myself. But anyway. So I'll probably put a spare atlas in there for when I forget it. Put that in there. Put all these treats in here. One of the other treats that I wanted to make was... the... what's it called? This thing here. The plant treat. That's right. So we just need some wheat for that. Which I've got tons of. That should do. Put that in there. I just put the wrong thing in there, didn't I? That's better. Actually, I should put all of my sugarcane in food and ingredients chest like that. And I want to make some more soul stones as well. We have quite a few diamonds right now, so those. Just have a bunch of these ready to go. Glad this thing is reusable. Not sure how many of these we'll need, but it's good to have a good stockpile of them in case I want to tame something that I come across. So we've got 9 there. Let's just get a few extra of these. We'll just go for the 10. Put those in there. So I think that's probably going to be pretty much all of the treats that we'll need. I can't really think of any other treats that we might need. There is some stuff like brutes, but I don't even know what sort of creatures those would be. Let's have a look. We've got the Etten. These might be fun to get as a pet, actually. Oh, these are brutes as well. Interesting. They're pretty destructive, though. One of those. What else have we got? Imps. These things. Undead. I don't think I really want any of these as pets, do I? Then we've got all the arthropods, I guess. I don't think I want any of those as pets either, to be honest. So probably the ones we've got. I don't think you can actually make any of these pets at the moment either. So probably these ones are the main ones. Is there anything else that we could potentially need? You know what? I'm going to make a canteen. Let's make a spare canteen here. I think it's like this. We'll make a spare water canteen ready to go. And apart from that, I don't know. I could put milk in there for if I get withered, but I don't know if that's really necessary. What else have we got here? Some baubles and stuff. Oh yeah, I could put one of these in. Let's put this one in. For if situationally, if I need the ender on my side, the enderman on my side. What else do we got here? Arrows. Probably don't need those. I've gone through a few different seasons now. I don't think I'm going to need these hot pants that heat me up. So I don't think have I even put the I thought I put the, let's have a look here. These have got temperature adjusted lining. I thought I put the temperature adjusted lining on these. Did I not get around to doing that? Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Oh, by the way, we found this armored ring of the dwarves. This thing is pretty cool. This thing is very, very cool. Check out what happens if I put this on, guys. Look how small I am. I'm literally 1 block high now. I can wander around. Oh, let's just close that. Don't want Bindi getting out. Yeah, I can go around like 1 block high. Like, oh, maybe I'm not 1 block high because I can't fit under this. But I reckon I'm like 1.5 probably. 1.5 blocks high. I don't know exactly how this would be useful, but yeah. I'm like a mini me. It shrinks my armor down and everything, which is quite convenient. But yeah, this is pretty interesting. So yeah, that's what that one does. Let's put it back in here for now. Alright, so what we are going to be doing in the next episode, guys, now that we've spent a whole episode crafting stuff and testing it out, is we'll actually be heading off and kidnapping some pixies. Yep, we're going to be kidnapping some pixies and taming them. I might even tame a cockatrice next episode. We'll see what happens. But for now, that's it for this one. Hope you're enjoying this series, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.